Howdy guys, it's Luke at Luke's APS, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make some lovely ice bases. I'll see you after this. So guys, with the Kings of War stuff that I got sent last week and everything else, and I've got some new snow products coming out, I thought it's a good time to do some good snow bases. Now these are going to be heavy snow. Heavy snow is always a hard one to do, especially on a tiny miniature base. So with these products, I hope it makes it a hell of a lot easier for you. I know it has for me, because making miniature bases look good with snow is quite hard, and this way I find it quite simple. However, next week we're going to be going into, from Kings of War bases, we're going to be going into from frosty right to heavy, deep, icy, glacier, snow and frozen stuff. This is more just for snow bases, different types. So I hope you like this video, guys. I hope you love the new ice effects and the new snow effects and stuff we're bringing out. So let's get the camera down and let's get cracking. I'll see you in a bit. First off, we're going to paint his base brown for the first base. Then we're going to apply some winter 6mm tufts that can be bought from Geek Gaming below. Then I just stick that on the base using some tweezers. And then to apply the snow powder, we're going to be using the fast dry basing glue. Now there's a reason for this. We apply a very thick coat. The snow powder absorbs a lot of it on, and when this glue dries, it dries like a browny slushy yellow. So when, for example, you want sort of slushy snow or anything like that, you can dip it into the snow and then knock off the excess, and as the glue starts to absorb it in the thick areas, you'll start to see it change colour. If you'd like to, you could even put some footprints in using a model. And then once it's dried, it'll look like that. And as you can see the brown coming through from where the footprints were put in, and you just get that sort of nice natural snow look. And from this angle you can really see the slushy snow. Right, next one we're going to do like at top of a glacier peak. So we're going to be using some CFS clear cast epoxy. Remember safety guys, put on some rubber gloves. Snap. Right, so we're going to be pouring it into the outcroppings mould from Woodland Scenics. It's my favourite mould. However, when you are using epoxy in this, they are quite hard to demould. So do spray them with a mould release first, which can be any form of silicone spray. Then what you need to do is paint, not the rough side, but the smooth side. So if we paint like a dark blue on the back, once that's covered completely, you have like a really nice dark blue base. So when you stick that down, you'll see the blue from underneath. So from whatever angle you see this, you see it in quite a different colour. I apply that with super glue and then trim with just some snippers. Epoxy is quite rubbery, so it is quite easy to cut. So using snippers like this, it just cuts a bit, and then if you want, you can just rip it off and you get quite a nice fractured rock look. Now I am applying some of the Luke's APS basing glue here. However, if you are wanting a very clean look to the snow, you could use PVA glue or even a gloss varnish or gloss gel. Dip it in the Luke's APS snow powder and then just blow it off. Not in that way. And when you're finished, you're left with something that looks pretty cool. Right, onto some new products that I'm bringing out. These are some like fragmented quartz. What's good about this is if you haven't got the access to resin, or you don't want to be using resin, because it can be quite expensive depending on the amounts that you buy. These come in very large bags. You get 200 grams of this, which is a good handful and a half to 2 handfuls depending on the size of your hands. They give a nice like glass shard look. Now you can use these for rocks as well. Just find the glass shard that looks right for you. And all I do is just stick them in place with some super glue, a dry fit to see if it gives me the look that I want, and then just stick them down. Now there's going to be some cool tips and tricks in this on this base. I'm going to be applying the snow powder using super glue for the most part, and there's a couple of reasons for this. One, it doesn't react with the super glue, so it only holds what sticks to it. It will push through and grab more than you put down. However, when you put more on top, it does try to soak in a little bit. And what you get with this, when you sprinkle more snow on top and spray it with an activator, you get like a frozen snow finish, which is quite handy. Plus, when you spray that with the activator, as you can see, all the fumes from the super glue start to frost up the rocks. So you get a very nice frosting effect at the same time. Then I just apply some more Luke's APS basing glue, but again, if you are after a very clean snow, I would advise using just PVA or some gloss varnish. And sprinkle it on top, and then to seal it all in place, I do spray it with a satin or gloss varnish from above to lock it all in place. And once that's dry, you're left with something that looks like that. I really like this look for something very quick. Look great for your Space Marines or your wargaming figures, whichever you're doing. It's a bit high fantasy looking, but it looks kind of cool. Right, so the last one, again, safety first. We're going for a cracked ice finish. Now I'm going to be using the water clear epoxy from CFS again. And we're putting some Vallejo sandy brown into the mix. We're only putting a couple of drops in because we're only using a small amount of resin, plus it goes a long way. If the paint disperses when you drop it into the epoxy, it means it will work with it. If you get it just sitting on top and bubbling up, you need to find a different paint. Then just pour it onto a silicone base. These are just some silicone molds I've got turned upside down. If you haven't got any silicone base, you can get like a nice silicone baking mat. You can get them from any supermarket. Once that's been left to dry overnight, just take it off and we'll paint the base brown. So we get a very nice murky ice lake. Cut it out. As I said, it's very rubbery, so it's quite easy to cut. And just cut your fragments and everything else. If you don't want to use this, you could use like a CD shell, a CD case shell or something like that, but it's clear and you have to paint it. I don't like the overall look. This is a bit more of an expensive route, but I prefer the look. Now, using super glue, we can do the same as we did in the last one to build up the snow effects underneath to get that nice frozen ice snow look. So just apply more super glue and just keep piling it up till it's together. If it does run off, don't worry about it because it'll stick to the snow and then the snow peels off the surface. Spray it with some activator and then sprinkle some more snow on top and repeat till you're happy. Now for frozen ice looks on the lake, what we're doing is spraying it with super glue, then overspraying the activator. And as you do that, it starts to frost up all over the base. Then to tie that in with the snow, to give you that nice sort of frozen ice effect, we are applying some of the more basing glue, and then we're going to chuck some more snow on top, but we're sprinkling it on from above. We apply some tufts, just so it shows like an embankment, and then sprinkle the snow flock in small powdery areas, so you get that sort of freshly dropped snow in the space where you've put the glue, and then you blend it in with the frozen top on top of the ice. Then all you've got to do then is paint the ridges black. If you do get snow onto the frozen ice where you're not particularly wanting it, just use a wet brush to clean off the ice so you can have a nice bit of like clean ice if you wish. But yeah, that's it done. I'll see you at the end. So guys, what do you think? I really like it. I know it's my products and I know I've been playing with these for a couple of weeks now trying to get the best out of them and I'm getting there. Next week I'm going to be doing some Kings of War bases, but what I'm going to be doing is rather than doing my bases, I'm going to be doing different snow effects to pick one that I like. The problem with doing snow on your miniature bases, especially for Kings of War, is whatever board you play on at an event, there might only be one snowboard there. So I think I might go towards the frosty semi-snow sort of finish. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover from that right up to deep, like Arctic, glacier, rocky, snowy outcrops, so you get like a variation and see what the products are capable of. Alright, so if you are excited to see anything, put in the comments below what you'd like to see, and I'll get that in the video if possible. A lot's changing at the moment. As you can see, this has changed. I'm changing this room round because I'm actually moving all my terrain building stuff and everything out the house now. Geek Gaming are coming up from down in Cornwall, and they're coming up to see me for a week, and we're going to look for some large units. I'm going to be taking over that whole side of the business, so I'm going to be doing a lot more of the products side of things. I'm going to be dealing with all the post and packaging up here, and we're going to have plenty of staff up here to just improve the service of the company. Mickey and everybody down there, they're going to stick to the IT side and stick to running the website, customer service, that sort of thing. And I'm going to be dealing with more of the products. One good thing about that is I can actually manufacture a lot of the things that I do that we don't actually sell yet. So that's all exciting. What's happening with the web store, we're putting a sale on, because while they're up here, we don't think we're going to be posting anything out. Everything's still open, so you can still buy, but what we're doing as a sorry is putting a big sale on, so all the new products and everything seen in this video, you can purchase them at a discounted rate. However, they won't get posted out till the following week, because while we're moving and sorting out the new warehouse and everything else up here, we just need to get everybody up and find what we actually want. Okay guys, so sorry for the inconvenience, but things are happening, things are changing, and it's getting all exciting because I'm actually going to be moving out the house. All the sort of terrain builds and everything else like that will be done whilst I'm at work. I'm turning this room into a nice little hobby space and YouTubing space for myself, so maybe I can start painting stuff for myself and sort out these live streams that I said I'd do. Hence why I've got the new setup and new cameras and everything else so I can do it. But anyway guys, thank you for all your support over the last 3.5 years. To be in this position now is just unreal. All the support with my products and all the great feedback and all the constructive criticisms of products that we've changed and tweaked to fit. I can't thank you enough guys. It's a dream to be here and it's working out great. So thanks for watching guys, thanks for tuning in. If you do want to support me, check my links to my shop. If you want any Games Workshop stuff or you want any other products from companies and stuff that I don't sell, do check out Element Games. I'm affiliated with them and I do get a nice kickback every time you purchase something from Element Games, which buys this gear, and I need to spend about another £500 on streaming equipment. So that'll be great as well guys. And if you're not into any of that, do check out my Patreon. I don't push it that hard because I'm not massively into it, but people do help out, and that's what's buying all this new gear and helping the channel get better. So guys, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you for the next video. And I do really mean it guys, thanks so much. See you again soon. Love, love, love.